TGIF, and it's Friday the 13th. I'm not much. I used to like horror movies a little bit with like Friday the 13th, but now not so much. Don't need those. So we are here with the Amazed and Amused 6th day of the campaign, going strong. Thanks for joining. What are we doing today? Oh, I wanted to review. First, I wanted to review a couple things we went over yesterday. On Thursday, we were talking about animal guides and how being out in nature and connecting with nature is so good for our mental health. And to build on that, I do a couple events every month in Charleston that are free. It's the Get Out and Get Well series for TKC Dreams. And on second Sundays, which the next second Sunday is July 13th, we do a land lesson for surfing at 4 p.m. and a 30-minute yoga practice at 5 p.m. On the beach. The yoga practice is for all levels. It's a restorative. So love to have, if you're in the Charleston area, please come out. Or if you are not in the Charleston area and just want to come for the weekend, have an excuse and something to do when you come to town. Also going to have a summer solstice sun salutations celebration on Sunday 6/22 to celebrate the summer solstice. And that's going to be at 8 p.m. with a 30-minute practice as well as intention setting. And on Wednesday 6/25 we'll do a sunrise surf at 6 a.m. And if you don't surf, you can still come out and cheer us on as we go out and surf or do a beach walk and be with some cool people. And this is to celebrate the new moon, the phase of the moon. And the nature events are mainly, besides the second Sundays, they're based on aligning ourselves with the rhythm of nature and the moon phases. And the other thing I wanted is to come from that cliffhanger I left you with on Thursday, that I would share the Lao Zhao poem about self-transformation. So I wanted to do that. Here we go. If you want to awaken all of humanity, then awaken all of yourself. If you want to eliminate the suffering in the world, then eliminate all that is dark and negative in yourself. Truly, the greatest gift you have to give is that of your own self-transformation. And I really like that. To me is like the essence of TKC Dreams, the essence of the journey to joy that I write about in Amazed, Amused, and Often Confused. Really about the journey we take to discover who we are and everything we have to pull away to get to that core and that love, and then to get past our own limitations so that we can share with others, and share all that negative darkness in us so that we're not putting it on others and it's not hurting us. Instead, we get rid of the darkness and we have more to shine. So I love that poem, so I hope you all love that too. And it also is, when I feel overwhelmed, it makes me feel better, or like I can do something. Like if I'm working on my personal self-transformation, then that is the greatest gift I can give the world. Just like you, when you work on your self-transformation, that's the greatest gift you can give the world. And now we're going to go into the first chakras and talk a little about chakras. I'm going to read from, this is a little book. It's kind of a journal, but I took notes from Anna Dea Judas. We've talked about Eastern Body, Western Mind, an amazing book that connects the Eastern philosophy of chakras and energy centers with the Western philosophy and psychology of child development. So the root chakra, this is when we reclaim the temple of the body. It tells us we must accept limitation in order to transcend it, that our identity is physical, and it's the most basic experience that our basic experience centers around that physicality of our body. Just wanted to read a couple things about child development here because they really spoke to me. When a child is not allowed to have their own ground but must serve the survival needs of the family, healthy boundaries do not form and often lend to codependencies, as well as experiences that threaten survival intensify the upward movement of energy in the body. When the body is neither safe nor comfortable, the child redirects her attention away from the unpleasant experience and cuts off bodily sensations. The downward grounding current is inhibited as much as possible, directing most of the energy to the head. So this is one way that our bodies handle trauma, like it's too much, like when we're kids and if we're going through emotional pain and our little bodies can't handle it, or we don't have our prefrontal cortex isn't developed to be able to reason through it or to calm ourselves. So we need someone there, and if we don't have someone there, it's unbearable. So then the body just sends that energy into our sixth chakra, up and upwards, towards freedom, towards spirit. And we're not connected, but the problem with that is then we're disconnected from our bodily sensations. It cuts off not only the emotional pain, but it can cut us off from the knowledge that is in our bodies and the wisdom within. And that's one of the reasons on the journey to joy that we want to pull back those layers and start connecting with our bodies. And animal guides and nature is a great way to start doing that. And then this final quote is kind of talks about that. So it says, if you're an alive body, fully engaged, no one can tell you how to experience the world, and no one can tell you what truth is, because you experience it for yourself. The body does not lie. So I just really like that because it aligns again with one of the things we've been talking about, which is that teacher within. And the greatest teacher of all is the one within. So it's not like we do need to have guidance from others and learn from other people. But the truth, when we're told truth and we're told there's only one truth and if someone else is telling it, I was always skeptical, even as a child, about the way religion was presented to me. And it was this outward thing that I had to look outward for. And I guess there was some inward reflection, but I just think I was never told that I had the knowledge within me and that I could, especially as a woman in a very traditional Christian church, I was supposed to look towards my father, towards my brothers, my uncles, and my one day husband for the ones that really knew. And I was just, my opinions were really important, but not as important as any male that was in my life. So I don't know, it brings true with my soul and heart and soul when I hear, because I always questioned that and I wasn't sure, and people couldn't answer the questions that I had. So I found my own answers. So I just want to wrap up with reading a few paragraphs from Amused, and Often Confused, The Journey to Joy. We are all part of an amazing creation, and we are all connected. My fate is tied to that of every living creature. These beliefs about being human and humanity emerged on my inner journey with the aid of many different guides. When we embark upon the inner journey, insights about being human and our common humanity come to light. The guides that inspired me most on the inner journey first appeared in my dreams and later materialized as a book about Native American medicine, the medicine cards books that I've mentioned already, that was given to me by a friend. When we start to grasp that we are all connected, a desire not to cause harm begins to emerge, urging us to embark upon the magical, mythical inner journey to our core that will heal our wounds and begin to build healthy relations with ourselves and others. When this journey is based in our common humanity and guided by nature, it will lead to the shores of the graces. When we reach these shores, we can reclaim our joy by laying our hopes and fears, dreams and desires on the altar that allows passage to an everlasting state of grace that opens us to the life of our dreams. So there we go. We can be open to the life of our dreams, and it doesn't mean we have to wait for it. We can do it day by day. I was just in downtown Charleston, and I thought of Amazed and Amused because I was walking by beautiful vegetation, and there's these window boxes full of beautiful, gorgeous flowers, and also all the greenery and flora around them. I was like, that is amazing. And I thought, that's what Amazed and Amused is about. How do we get ourselves to a place where we're amazed, where we can see this beauty that surrounds us and keep that wonder of the world alive? The world is our playground. Let's go play. But we also take time to honor our feelings and be sad when we need to be sad. So thank you so much for joining me on Friday the 13th, TGIF, and have a great night. Take care.